Thank you so much for participating in this emotional intelligence for HR. I'm sure that people are here to understand the importance of emotional intelligence. But before starting, again, I'm putting my question to you people that I am clearly audible to each and everyone. So I think Vikalpa, am I audible? Once again, I'm just confirming this situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Fine. And the next thing is here, before starting, I'm just going to put
Actually,
some
screen is not visible. Screen, blank screen is there.
blind screen is there. Okay, no
Yeah.
issue. One
No, it
second.
is visible. Visible. It is visible.
Okay, just
Okay, I will log in. Yeah.
now it is visible.
Yes,
No,
sir.
no. For me, not this. I will re-log in. Then. Yeah.
I think you just refresh yourself, okay, your system, and then will be visible to all. Okay. So we have started this session. Before starting this session, there are some protocols. First protocol is this is completely an immersive journey training program. Means you have to completely engage yourself in this training program. First protocol. Second is whatever the questions comes in your mind, you put all your questions on the sheet of paper. At the end of the session, we will take some questions, how the time permits, and if it is not possible, you can contact to the submaster team and you can reach to me, and then we will try to answer your question. And the third protocol is whatever the things you know, right? Whenever I will ask you to answer during this session, please show the volunteership, right? Okay, so these are the three protocols. Okay, show complete engagement in this 1 hour because this is the immersive journey training program. Second, whatever the questions comes in your mind, put all your questions on the sheet of paper. And the third, engage yourself, right? Uh, one basic understanding because this session is for 1 hour, so this is highly understandable for each of us that this is just an informative session, right? Okay, so here maybe some questions are answered, maybe some points are, I mean, you will be having some doubts. Okay, so after this session, go at your home, think about the discussion points, and then come to the conclusion. Any questions, any doubts you're having, you can come to us. We will try to resolve all your questions. Okay. So let's start this session with very important question. I think this screen is visible to all of us, each of you. Question is, will you hire a brilliant engineer with a perfect resume but lacking in teamwork, social skills, and collaborative spirit, struggle to fit in company culture? Yes or no? And whatever the answer you're writing, please write in the chat box and think about why. And if anyone who is interested to answer, please raise your hand, unmute yourself, and answer. Here I consider that the people who are participating in this session, they are coming from HR background. No. Okay, fine. What about others? because here Hitesh, no. Prabhu Gaurav Patil, Simanchal Rao, no. Deepak Yadav, no. Uh, Bhaba Grahi Panda, yes. Rahul Maurya, no. Yes. Hitesh. Quality, no. Jeevan Kumar. Okay, fine. So please, any of two person out of these participants, raise your hand so that we can discuss and then we can go ahead on the basis of your answers. Please unmute yourself. I think you people can unmute yourself. You will be having that right. Yes, Ravi Pant, please. Ravi, unmute
Yeah,
yourself.
very, very good afternoon. And it's really a very nice topic. And the question that you mentioned, that a brilliant engineer with a perfect resume,
Mhm,
but lacking in teamwork, social skills, and collaborative spirit. Actually, what happens during the interview, right?
mhm,
Are the interview is basically for maybe a half an hour or 1 hour or so, right?
mhm,
So in the short span of interview, we cannot decide about the teamwork, social skills, and collaborative spirit. But we can definitely decide whether that engineer is fit in terms of technical terms and based upon his previous experience. But in case we found that there is something lacking in teamwork, so there may be certain causes in his previous company's environment and all. In case we are sure about our company, our culture, our team spirit and all, so that for that point we can work upon, in case the guy is really as mentioned, is a brilliant engineer. This is my take.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your views on this question.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone else who is interested to add something more? I think some of you has mentioned the answer as yes. So I would like to listen the your reply for this question if you feel that the answer is yes. Maybe Simanchal Rao has mentioned that yes. Time is less. Okay. But again, I'm adding one more question. When you are going to take the interview, the most of the interviewer are actually hiring the people on the basis of their resume and on the basis of their question answers, but it is highly difficult to understand their ability and understand their skill on the teamwork, social skills, collaborative spirit, right? And whether they are able to fit in your culture. And that's why people are not able to fit in culture. They are not showing the team spirit, social skills, or collaborative spirit, and then they quit the company. And this is a huge loss for any company as far as the HR person is concerned, right? Being an HR person, it is very huge loss. So that's why it is very important to understand why these type of skills are important in your company. Now, next is see this pic and think about this. What this pic is giving you the message. Humans are hooked, machines are learning. And this is the reality of today's scenario. This is the reality, harsh reality. Okay. We are actually completely hooked. We are not learning the new technologies or trends, but machines are learning. And in this 1 hour session, I can just conclude my explanation that yes, machines are learning very fast, and that's why companies are changing, and artificial intelligence, that is the AI, they are creating the influence in each and every area of your corporate sectors or any industry. And in future you will see that AI is actually going to create a lot of impact in your company also, and not in your company, in your career. Okay, so that's why humans are hooked, machines are learning, because we have actually forgot how to learn and what to learn. Okay, so that's why it is very important to understand what machines are going to create an impact. Now next is, can you identify these two pictures? I think I'm not going to take much more time. Okay, these two pictures are actually of mine, right? Okay, and you can see this picture, the similar to my screen also. Okay, now again this is picture, this is the last picture. My question to you all people, there are three pictures, 1, 2 and 3. Which one is real? Which one is real picture and which one is not real? 1, 2 and 3, please write your option in the chat box. Which one is real, which one is not real? Second and third is real. The one in middle, second and third is real. Okay. Okay. The one in the middle, that is second, is real. Okay. Oh my God.
Middle is real.
Middle is real. Okay. Hmm. You people are, first is real, Rajiv Kumar Sharma. Okay. So because of the time constraint, let me come to the conclusion. Third one is real. First and second is fake and made by machine. Feeling surprised? Feeling surprised? Believe me, first and second picture is created by machine, that is AI, and the third one is real, which is me. And here you have to think what machines are doing and how fast they are creating, and there is a blurred line. I mean, there is a fake and the real, and there is a line which is highly blurred, and you are unable to identify which is real and which is fake. So this type of technologies are emerging, and AI is actually creating a lot of impact, not in the negative sense, in the positive sense also, right? So I am saying that you have to think what AI cannot do, right? So I am just putting creating the platform so that you can understand the importance of what machine cannot learn, AI cannot do. And if you are able to understand the importance what machine cannot do, you will put a lot of focus on those skills, on those areas, and then definitely you are going to put the best role in your company, right? So now the next part is, you can see, I just want to tell you that the organizations or companies are going to convert from, the very traditional way to the AI driven way. The organizations are known as AI driven organization, and definitely it is happening. And in the future, you will feel that yes, your organizations are also being driven by AI. Okay. I'm just running this video. Are you able to listen the audio of this video? Yes or no? Are you able?
Audio not started.
Audible?
No.
Not okay. No issue. No issue. Okay. Just a minute. Not a problem. Okay. You can see this video on YouTube. Here, I just want to emphasize that the AI driven organization are changing a lot of things. And I want to say that whatever the activities that you people are thinking that this is the repetitive task, this is value added task, okay, but still that can be done by machine. Everything will be taken from you, and the machine will perform all those tasks. Whatever the complex task you feel that no, this task will not be done by machine, everything will be done by machine. Okay. So I just want to tell you that things are changing very fast, and you have to think that what AI can do, or and AI cannot do. So you can similar to this. Now coming to this point, the AI recruiter and human touch, let me give you one scenario. You can find AI tool. Just imagine that your company is highly technical, innovative, and they have started to take the leverage of AI tool. And now I'm giving the name that AI tool is AI recruiter. So what this AI recruiter will do, AI recruiter will actually scan all the resume, identify the best questions, ask the best questions to the interview or the potential employee, and then it will hire. What will happen, because that employee which you hired, he is very skilled in technical. Now he has started to perform what you are thinking, but he doesn't have or she doesn't have the skill of team building, collaboration skill, social skill, or any other skill which is really very required to fit in your company culture. Now, what happened when this type of people started to work in your company, they are not putting the performance the way you required as a HR person. Now the performance got down, and here the biggest challenge is coming. And one HR person who is highly emotionally intelligent, he comes in between and now understood there is a challenge. Challenge was what? The employee has been hired on the basis of his IQ, that is the intelligence quotient, but he doesn't have EQ, that is the emotional intelligence. And because of that reason, he is not able to collaborate in the organization. He is not able to fit himself into the company culture. And then he started to give the human touch during the interview. Human touch means he started to ask those questions so that the interviewer can understand the emotional intelligence of the employee, the potential employee, right? Candidate. And then it happens Now the hiring is done by AI as well as the human touch, and then new hire comes and he started to perform in a very right manner because he is having the high level of IQ as well as the high level of EQ. So IQ and EQ is very, very important for any employee to perform in the company. So here I want to emphasize some more points. AI is very powerful tool, but it cannot replace human skills. Okay. Second is EQ is future proof skill. In an increasingly automated world, human skills like empathy, communication, and adaptability will become even more valuable. And the future of work lies in collaboration. Try to understand. You should not deny the importance of AI, but you have to collaborate with the machine as well as the human touch. Then you will actually hire the right candidate, and also that right candidate will perform in a very desired manner, and you will be known as the right HR person, and your company will perform accordingly, right? So these are the impact which I actually explained what AI is creating and how you have to understand those skills which AI cannot perform. When I discussed about this scenario, in that case AI was actually lacking to identify the EQ, that is the emotional quotient skill or emotional intelligence skill in the employee, in the candidate, and it was creating a lot of blunders, lot of challenges, right? So emotional touch, that is the human touch, is really very important. Okay, so now I just put, I mean, that created the platform how you have to think about the AI and what emotional intelligence is, right? How emotional intelligence is important when you are going to hire any person. Now, setting agenda, purpose, and objective, enhancing human touch in the age of AI, and developing emotional intelligence to harness maximum potential of human workforce. Now, first thing, introduction. Module 2, emotional matters, that is developing and embracing emotional intelligence for EQ. In this module, I will explain what is emotional intelligence, right? And what are the key areas where you have to focus. In the module 3, I'm going to discuss about the neuroscience behind EQ. And in the module 4, benefits of EQ for HR professionals. And at the end of the session, I will put all explanations, learning, understanding all together. And after that, there will be some question answers sessions. I mean, question answers. Then I will ask some your feedback and reflections. And then if possible, I will request you all people that you can switch on your camera so that we can have one screenshot, and then that will be a group photograph. Okay, and that will be shared on social media platforms by some mastery and by me also. Okay, if it is possible. Okay, let me move ahead. Who am I? 14 plus years of experience in training people at all levels. I give the development programs, management training, and motivational programs. I am a practitioner of Vipassana, attended 3 times 10 days Vipassana course, and it actually helped me to understand the functioning of mind and how it impacts on an individual's life. I worked in Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Maruti Center for Excellence, and KPMG. Okay, and then till now I have touched 10,000 employees also. Sorry, 10,000 personals. Okay, now module 1, emotion matters, developing and embracing emotional intelligence or EQ. Before starting module 1, I just want to understand what is the difference between thought, feeling, and emotion. Thought, feeling, and emotion. raise your hand, interact, share your views so that other participants can get benefit from your answer. Thought, feeling, and emotion.
Hello,
Yeah. Who is
uh,
this?
Deepak Yadav. Can
Yes,
I
Deepak,
speak?
go ahead. Yeah, Deepak, go
Yes.
ahead, please. Please.
Basically, it looks like a triangle. For example, first of all, thoughts comes into the mind. Once the as a input, then it has been processed in the form of feelings, and then output like something like reaction is coming out, which is the emotions. So basically, it looks like a triangle. Thought gives a feeling. Feelings will come in the form of as output as a emotions. That is my understanding.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing your understanding, Deepak. Okay. What about others? Ravi, do you want to share something?
Uh, actually, whatever the other gentleman said that it's a triangle. So thoughts are a number of thoughts can come into your mind for whatever reasons, whatever things are happening. So the important thing is the feeling about feeling on those thoughts,
Mhm,
and how do you feel about that particular matter or particular issue.
mhm,
And in case you are having some feeling about an issue, so how you are emotionally connected with that means ki, in case you are basically, for some people we say that he is emotionless person, right? So some sort of accident has happened, so some feeling, I'll be having some different kind of feeling and with emotions. So I am not able to clearly define as of now, but I in my mind I understood all these three things, but right now certain words are not coming into my mind.
No issue. I can understand.
Yeah,
But thank you so much for sharing your answer.
yeah.
See, here are many participants. Okay, so I would like to understand their views on this question. Anybody
Hello,
else? Yeah, who is this?
Prabhupada Patil, sir.
Yes, Mr. Patil, go ahead.
I just give an example with this. Don't have
Mm-hmm,
exact definition.
mm-hmm,
If I take a ice cream,
mm-hmm,
thinking about eating an ice cream is a thought. Then seeing the colorful ice cream,
mm-hmm,
if I see in the shop,
mm-hmm.
feeling, whether it buying and eating it, tasting, feeling. After eating, I feel become happy. No, that is the emotion.
Mm-hmm. So, my question again, when you become happy, so what you say? You say that I am being emotional happy, or you say that I feel happy? What you say?
I feel happy.
You don't say I
Feeling
uh,
happy.
I emotional happy. You don't say no, right? So happiness is the feeling. No? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what is the, how can you say that, how can you connect this happiness with the emotion? Okay. Very tricky question, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And even though if I'll start to put more number of questions, it becomes more trickier, okay? And it creates lots of complexity. Hmm. But here, I wanted to put this question inside your mind so that you just Don't consider emotional intelligence just, yes, I will learn some emotions, I will understand it, and accordingly, I will regulate emotion, and I will become the master in understanding emotion, and I'll become highly intelligent to deal with emotions. Until or unless you understand what is emotion, it is very difficult. Okay. So, uh, let me move ahead with slide by slide because time is limited. I am putting some question inside your mind, and then after this training session, you go ahead. I mean, you sit in your room, in your office, with your friends, with your colleagues, and think about all these questions. And then you will touch the root of all this emotional intelligence. Okay. So, emotional intelligence is very important, but before understanding emotional intelligence, you must understand what is emotion, what is thought, what is feeling, and ultimately what is intelligence. Okay. So, before moving my slide, I just want to say that we say that we are the emotional person, we are the emotional being. We cannot say that we are the thinking being or we are the feeling being. We are known as the emotional being, and that's why emotions are actually linked with this body. Okay, thoughts are linked with some words, some figures, some pictures. Okay, and feeling is something that happens inside your body, and then after that happening you feel something, and that happens inside your mind. Okay, that happens inside your mind. Very difficult to understand. Okay, let me move ahead, and then I will conclude this part, or I will explain this part in deeper sense in the module 2, neuroscience. So, emotional intelligence for HR professionals, a Daniel Goleman inspired approach. First of all, this is the definition. You can read it. It is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to achieve your goals and navigate your relationship effectively. Okay. Next is Goleman's 5 components. I'm sure that you all people are definitely aware about these 5 components. One is self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Believe me, when I went to Vipassana, okay, and I realized, I understood the functioning of mind, I understood what is emotion and what are the sensations inside your body. Okay, so these terms are literally became very irrelevant to me, but because this is the initial stage for you people, and every books and every things are talking about all these things, that's why I want to include these portions. Please mute yourself, Rohit. Okay, so self awareness, see, everything starts with awareness. Why awareness? See, because emotions are actually the part which is lying within you. So when something which is lying within you, and if you want to control or regulate, then it will only happen when you are aware about that emotion. or you are aware about that happening. So self-awareness is really very important. So how you are going to be aware about yourself means when any thought is coming, so when the thought comes, so what the meaning you are giving to that thought, that is the one approach. Second is when that meaning comes, when you are giving the meaning, then a sensation is actually happening inside your body, and that sensation is actually the emotion. And when that sensation happens, so there is a sensation of pleasure and there is a one sensation of pain. When the sensation of pleasure is coming, then you say that I feel happy. There is a feeling of joyness, okay? And you enjoy and you say that, yes, I am very, very positive. And that is the feeling of positiveness, happiness, joyfulness. And when there is a sensation of pain, then what happens? You say that I am worried, I am fear, I am anxious, feeling of anxiousness, and everything. I am having the feeling of sadness. So, thought, then there is a meaning, and then sensation comes, and that is the emotion, and then you feel, right? And then you say that I am not in good mood, and then again you say that I am in very good mood. And that's why this line is actually every time repeated in the corporates. When you feel good, then you perform better. And that's why being an being an HR person, it is my responsibility that I can create a culture so that employees can feel good. And when they feel good about themselves, about the company, about the team, about the organization, then definitely they will show the volunteership and then they show their best performance, right? Okay. So this is the self-awareness. When the self-regulation comes, my dear friends, here your intelligence is required. Your intelligence means what emotions are creating problem for me and problem for my organization. In that case, you actually start to give the right message when thought comes. Okay. And that is the self-regulation. In case of motivation, motivation means motivation related to your skill upgradation, motivation related to your team upliftment, motivation related to your performance, motivation related to the company growth, right? Empathy means this is the actually the social skills. And let me tell you, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, he actually transformed the Microsoft completely because of this one skill, and that is the empathy. And you can find this entire discussion in his book Restart, okay? And then you will understand how he actually implemented the empathy skill in the Microsoft, and then how he completely transformed, right? So empathy is the base, the fundamental of everything when you are dealing with human being. And all these things are not done by AI because AI cannot develop empathy, you know. So social skills, when you will develop the empathy means I understand the problem of the person. For example, here are the participants and I have been given only 1 hour. So can you understand, being a trainer, it is very difficult to actually put my all knowledge within the limited time. And I am very, very empathetic to all those person who are actually not getting the points. Okay. But because of that reason, I started to put some protocols in the initial of this session. And this is only happening because of empathy. You can understand some point, you cannot understand some point. Okay. And when empathy happens, you know, my dear friends, what happens in that case? You actually forget about your own problems. You think about the people who are in front of you, who are working with you. You understand them deeply. And then you become the solution machine for that person, for the organization, for team. Social skills, why? Social skills means when you have the empathy, when you have the motivation, self-regulation, self-awareness, then social skills like communication. Okay. Communication, you have to express your feelings, emotions. You have to ask the right questions. Okay. So these are the social skills, and all these Goldman's 5 components, when you will put on Google, lot of information you will get about these things. Okay. So just I explained about the Goldman's 5 components. You can go and you can check it. Now here I have just put high EQ and low EQ here. Let's say just I'm just reading, asking questions for clarity when receiving criticism. The person who is having high EQ, this person doesn't shoot the messenger, but instead asks for more information. The person who has low EQ, definitely he will be having the emotional outbursts, sudden outbursts that are not a regular occurrence or a trend in this person's behavior. High EQ, 100% listening before speaking. This type of person who is having low EQ, passive aggressive behavior. High EQ, the ability to apologize without being nudged to do so, right? And low EQ, allowing small things to cause big reactions. These are the many examples that you can find out. Okay. And then you will understand the person who is having high level of EQ, that is the emotional intelligence, and the person who is having low level of EQ, you can understand, and you have already realized he has actually got the higher success in his career, who is having the high level of EQ. Okay. No break. Neuroscience behind EQ. Here I will discuss about this. When we are thinking about the emotion or emotional intelligence, so we cannot deny the functioning of our brain. That is in neuroscience. Our brain is functioning in two ways. One is logical way and another is emotional way. Here you can see that this is the prefrontal cortex and there is a amygdala. Amygdala is actually based on the emotion and prefrontal cortex is actually based on the logic. Here this is the hippocampus. Hippocampus is actually, it is the representation of our memory, our experiences, our belief systems. Okay. In short, I can explain only this point. So what happens, for example, I say that you are not good in emotional intelligence. Let's say, I'm just taking the example like Ravi. Okay. Ravi, I'm saying this statement to you. Ravi, you are not a good leader, HR leader. Now, what happens? When I'm saying that Ravi is not good HR leader, these are the combination of words. And actually it hits Ravi. Can you understand that when I say that Ravi is not good HR leader, he has actually listened this statement through his ears. Now what happens, because there is a hippocampus where the memory are lying. Now Ravi has started to give some message, some meaning to this thought, this message. Okay, this message. Oh, I am not good leader. What happened when he has started to give the meaning to this message? What happens? There is some chemical reaction started inside your body, because Ravi has given the meaning to that thought, the meaning to that message. I am not good leader. Then some chemical reaction happens inside your body, and that sensation happens. And that sensation is actually the sensation of pain. And when that sensation of pain happens, you feel sad, you feel unhappy, and then there is a low mood. There is a condition of low mood, right? Now, what happens here? Here, the emotions are actually created and feelings are created. So, if Ravi is aware about his own his own emotion, that is the self-awareness. Yes, message has come. I am actually aware about this message, and this person has told me that I am not good leader. I don't want to give the negative meaning. Negative meaning. Now you are actually self-regulating yourself by using the prefrontal cortex, that is the logic. Because of the logic, you started to give new meaning. New meaning is what? Why he has put this statement, I am not good leader. Maybe because of his jealousy, maybe because of his not good mental condition, maybe because of his not clear understanding about my capabilities. I am very good leader for the other person. So I feel that yes, I have complete confidence about my leadership skill, about my communication skill, about my presentation skill, about my empathy. So if this person is saying, maybe he is not having the clear picture about me. So what I am doing here, see, again, message is given by my mind because of my memory. Amygdala is actually created emotion. This is the emotional part. I understood my emotion, that yes, some sensation is actually occurring. Now again, I use this prefrontal cortex, that is the logical and reasoning part of the brain. I change the message and I again created some new sensation in my body, and that is the new emotion. And because of that new emotion, new feeling has been created, and now I'm feeling happy. My dear friends, when you actually understand about yourself, your strength, your weaknesses, and especially your emotions, right? I can guarantee you that you can create the magic each and every time in your career. Each and every time. So, there are two parts of your brain. One is logical brain, one is emotional brain. Every time you have to fight with your emotions and with your logic. It is your responsibility to understand how you are going to use your logic and how you are going to use your emotion. And the best leaders are highly emotionally intelligent. They know about themselves and they understand others because of the empathy. So when you use the combination of both logical part of your brain and emotional part of your brain and regulate your emotions in a right direction, there is nothing to stop you in your career. Right? So this was the neuroscience behind the emotionally intelligent person. Here, I would like to just add one part, and that is very effective tool, and which is Vipassana. My purpose here is not to, to tell you that yes, leave emotional intelligent part and go for Vipassana. I just want to emphasize that the power of Vipassana, because when you go into the Vipassana, this is the 10-day course, then you will realize how your emotions are actually creating a lot of challenges in your life. Then you will understand the prefrontal cortex of your your brain and amygdala of your brain also, how they are creating a lot of challenges in your life, right? Okay, next is importance of EQ for HR professionals. See, when you are highly emotionally intelligent people, then recruitment and selection, identifying high potential candidates with strong emotional intelligence traits, onboarding and development, creating personalized learning journey that build EQ skills, performance management, providing constructive feedback and coaching with empathy and understanding, conflict resolution, building positive culture. So now here I just want to put one part which is conflict resolution. Okay, what happens, why conflict develops in employees, and how you are actually resolving the conflict, why conflict happens, and how you can resolve the conflict by developing the emotional intelligence. Any two answers from the volunteers? Repeating question, why conflict happens and how this emotional intelligence will help you to resolve the conflict. Two volunteers. Because this is really very important part. Conflict happens each and every time and you have to resolve it. Why conflict happens? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Deepak Yadav.
Yeah.
Uh,
Deepak and Ravi only speaking. Nobody is interested. Yes, go ahead, Deepak.
Yes, conflict happens basically because of two reasons. One is a difference in opinion or decisions about the decision or difference of opinion, point number one. And point number two, when there is a difference between the within the department. Somebody has a high skill and knowledge and somebody has low skill and knowledge. That time sometimes conflict also happens. Maybe somebody is outperforming and somebody is less performing. For example, somebody is highly performing, encouragement is required for that person, and somebody low performing, it needs help or guidance. That time also conflicts happen within the department.
Okay. How you are going to resolve this conflict?
Uh, for resolving the conflict, first of all, as a leader, we should understand the two persons, opinion, and we have to find out the optimum solution, and we have to basically educate them on the basis of scale, that which opinion is better, and when they understood properly, then that difference of opinion will get resolved on a scale of maybe, for example, in technical language, on cost or benefits versus cost, something like that. Then the people understands which is a better solution, and everybody will accept that. Point number one. And point number two, if there is a difference of skill or knowledge, we should use the empathy. We should understand his concerns in his way, and we have to help him to resolve that. Then he will understand that his problem is a department problem or leader's problem also, and leader is ready to help him. So he will make it come forward that way.
So don't you think, Deepak, you are every time using these type of tools or frameworks, still conflicts are not resolved?
Sorry, sir, not understood.
I am repeating my question. Every time, whenever you want to resolve the conflict, you every time use these type of formula, framework, or tools, right? But still you find some challenges that yes, conflict has not been resolved yet.
Then uh, basically we should understand what are the reasons behind such emotions
Okay.
or such a feelings.
Mhm.
For example, sometimes there is a lack of encouragement, motivation also sometimes, because the people having low skill will not get recognized many times.
Mhm.
Their skills are not valued, their skills are not recognized, their performance is not motivated, so they feels many times internally unhappy, and that unhappiness comes in the form of emotions or frustrations. That also one of the reason also what I feel in the organizations are happy, because the people who are highly skilled, knowledgeable, always get the recognition in terms of motivation, and they will gets outperform many, but the people who are slightly less knowledgeable, less skilled, and if they don't get the recognition for their skill, they feel less motivation, and they are unhappy internally, though they are present physically but
Mhm.
internally unhappy. So that may be sometimes also a conflict. So basically root cause analysis is required, why conflict is there.
Perfect. बहुत बढ़िया. I am really happy that you are actually finding the root of the problem. Okay. And but here just I would like to add, try to understand the ego part of the person. Okay. The me part of the person. The I should say that image. Okay. People are actually very concerned about the me, my image, my ego, my uh, self-esteem. Okay. And that's why sometimes they stick on their opinions. So here the importance is that you have to show the empathy, and you have to develop the right communication skill. And in developing the right communication skill, it is very important asking the right questions. Okay. Fine. So, thank you so much, Deepak. You have actually explained about the conflict resolution. Now, I am just completing this slide and coming to the question answer session. The time is actually related to the question answer. I will take the 5 questions. If you have any question, I have just ended the session. If you have any question, you can ask, right? And then I'll conclude with some more basic points related to the emotional intelligence, and then I'll end this session. Anybody is having any question? I think Ravi has also
Yeah.
raised the hand, and somebody has also raised the hand. Okay, please ask.
Can I? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So my question is basically pertaining to empathy. right?
Yes.
So in an organization, there are different verticals, especially in plant or corporate office, whatever, like purchase, HR, these and that. So every HOD, every head of the department is having certain group of people who are associated with them. So empathy is basically it relates to all the concerned leaders, not only pertaining to HR leaders. So sometimes we know that certain in certain people uh, empathy is lacking quite a lot in senior leadership positions also, or level leadership positions also. So how what are the tools that we can focus upon for increasing or letting them know about the empathy part, because they are also experienced person, so attitude is also there. And so empathy, how should we focus upon empathy? Because in case being in HR, I am having this beautiful tool with me, but I I am concerned about other people also, other departments, team members also. So my question is that how to increase that empathy part for others.
By showing empathy each and every time, by showing empathy each and every time to each and every employee or colleague in your company. Means, I just want to tell you, please develop the culture of empathy. Now, the next connecting question, how to develop the culture of empathy?
Hmm.
Developing the culture of empathy is possible only and only when you are actually giving the priority, topmost priority for your people.
Hmm.
And being a HR leader or being a leader or HOD of any, or department, this is very, very important to understand. Your people are the biggest asset in the age of artificial intelligence, right? And when you are in the leadership position, empathy is the core part. So developing the culture of empathy is the biggest area where you have to focus, where you have to give time, energy, right? So now the question is, every time how can show the empathy? By putting the right questions, by listening, developing the listening skills, by showing the patience, okay, and treating each and every individual as an important part of your company. And when you are, listen, Ravi, this is very, very important line that I'm telling you. When you are at the leadership position, you lose or you break every ego, every element of your ego. Until or unless you lose your existence. Very deeper point is this. Until or unless you think that I am not here, we are here, empathy will not come naturally. Okay? Empathy will not come naturally. The way you treat your children, the similar way you have to treat your employees also, being a HR leader or being the HOD of any department. So empathy is not like that in overnight you will develop. This is the practice that you have to think. You have to lose your ego. You have to understand that yes, I am only complete because of my team members, and then you will start to develop the empathy. I
Yeah,
hope that you got some point.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Some other hands were raised. Uh, please ask the question. Please ask the question. Share the PPT. How do you assess emotional intelligence during the recruitment process? Yes. How do you assess emotional intelligence during the recruitment process? By putting some case studies, by asking questions. Like, for example, let's say I have to I have to understand he is having any emotional intelligence. Then you please ask the question related to any scenario or any case study he has actually shown in his previous company, or you can take any case study and let him to resolve that case, and then you will analyze that yes, he has actually considered the emotional part of the human or not. In that way, you will understand the emotional intelligence. Ankur, I think you have raised the hand. Ankur Saxena. Yeah, Rajendra, PPT will be shared. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Ankur, go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Yeah.
As Ravi sir also asked about the empathy part,
Mhm,
my question is the Goldman theory.
mhm,
Uh, we develop all the things, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, all the things. But
mhm.
how we develop these things to the in front of person who is creating a conflict or creating a question to me or something like
See, you cannot develop the emotional intelligence the moment you feel that yes, the person is actually not listening you or creating the conflict. Okay, you cannot. Emotional intelligence is actually comes when you are compassionate about you and about your team members. Emotional intelligence is not the part to become the winner on your opponent or your team members. You have to become very, very compassionate. Okay, and then you will develop that empathy, and when you develop the empathy, everything will come naturally. Self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, everything will come, because here you are showing the compassion, right? Yes, Ankur.
yeah. But
Any other question? Fedila and Chukwon Une, I think you have also raised the hand. Okay.
Yes, that was in the I
Last two question, and then I will stop this session. Yes, Fidela.
no, I was saying that was in the past. I wanted to make a contribution, but
Okay,
that has now.
okay, fine. Any other question? Okay,
Sir,
fine. Yes,
sir,
Deepak. Yes, Deepak.
actually, I am correlating this today's topic with one of the political scenario. Actually, I don't take it as a politics, but immediately my mind, the thought is coming with this topic, and I am correlating with that. I think that biggest example of emotional intelligence in politics is with Narendra Modi. The reason behind is that whenever he goes in that particular state, let us say when he comes in Maharashtra, then his first two, three lines speaks in Marathi, opening words. When he goes in Bengal, two, three lines in Bengali. Then in Karnataka, in Kannada. The reason behind, I feel from today's topic is that the people immediately start thinking he is from our side. He is a Marathi only. If he comes in Maharashtra, he is a Bengali only. So that time only immediately the people what the support he is getting internally, and I believe means eagerness to listen him further for half an hour or 1 hour increases. That one of the point I am feeling. And second is Arvind Kejriwal, the way he wears the dress, simple shirt, simple pant, no insert, just like a slipper in this. So people feels that he is from our side only. Something like that I am correlating with this topic. May not be in technical thing, but I feel that this is a one of the examples also emotional intelligence.
Exactly. And Deepak, you have correctly related all these points. Okay. And you have given these two politicians' name also. And I'm sure not you, every participants after this session can relate so many things, okay, that occurred in your company, in your family, and in your relationship. Okay, because this topic is not related to the machine or data or numbers. This topic is highly related to the human beings. So every time you interact with any human being, whether in your company, in your family, emotional intelligence is required. Okay, so I'm sure that you people can correlate so many things, and you felt that yes, I became very emotional, I felt very happy, and because of that I took this decision. And you sometimes you felt sad, and because of that sadness or because of that anger you took this decision, and that created a lot of impact in your life, in your career also. I have done also. Because of the emotion I took some wrong decisions, and you have also did. Okay, so definitely you can correlate a lot of things. So okay, that's all. I feel that this training session, that 1 hour session on emotional intelligence, may change some thought. Okay, and go learn about the emotional intelligence more and more. And I wish that you people can develop high level of emotional intelligence, and you can go beyond artificial intelligence. Okay, because try to understand the skills which AI cannot learn. If you are going to focus on those skills from today, definitely you can become the greatest asset for your company. And you can develop a great career in your life. So with this best wishes, I am going to stop this session. I wish you best, enjoy, learn, and become a great emotional intelligent leader and employee.